going to bottle my tomatoes rather than freeze them. And one of the first things I want to do is sterilize my jars, and once they're done they're going to go in the oven to heat up. I want them at about 95 to 100 degrees if possible. I've also got my lids boiling in water just to make sure they're properly sterilized. Next thing I want to do is prepare the tomatoes. I want the skins off, and I'm going to do this by blanching them in boiling water. If you leave the skins on, they can actually go tough and even a little bitter. The best way to do this is just do a cross at the top of the tomato. Now we're going to blanch them in some boiling water. We'll leave them in the boiling water for about 20 or 30 seconds. Then we'll take them out and we'll dip them straight into ice water. Next thing, we just have to peel the tomatoes. The skin should come off really easy now. Once that's done, we just want to try and chop them up roughly. And if we chop them in half, we can take most of the seeds out if we don't want them. These tomatoes that we're stewing will just be used over pasta or something during winter, so it just doesn't have to be beautiful. At the same time, you can always add things like onion and garlic to these sort of dishes, but I don't. I just keep it really simple. I don't put salt or pepper in, and when I'm making the pasta, I'll add it then. And the last thing we have to do is add some lemon juice. The reason we're doing this is that tomatoes are borderline on the acidity for bottling. People say tomatoes are acid-free or things like that, and that's all just a myth. They're all about 4.2 on the acidity scale, so adding a bit of lemon juice will just help with the preserving method. So there's no need to add any water into this mix, there's enough juice in the tomatoes itself. We're going to fill it up so it's just got about a 1/4 of an inch head space. I use a funnel to put the tomatoes into the jar, and if you don't and get tomatoes on the rim, make sure you clean it with a paper towel or something just so it seals the lids really well. The lids are already expanding with the heat in there, and now we're going to stick it in a water bath for about 20 minutes. I'm using an urn here to boil my jars because I can keep it at 100 degrees. If you don't have something like this, an old preserving pan or any tall pan that you can fill with water, put a tea towel on the bottom and put the jars in will work just as fine. There's other methods, like you can do the overflow method or even the oven method, but I think this is the safest and the most hygienic. Another way of prolonging the season with your fruit and vegetables is with a dehydrator. Things like this can be picked up for about $100 for the basic models, or you can try on Trade Me and get them cheaper. 20 minutes is up and it's time for the tomatoes to come out now.